I've been in the real estate business for over 35, 40 years in one respect or another. As a real estate salesperson, as a developer, in the mortgage business, in the title business. Built a few houses myself I used to sell, so I've been around it for a long time. I like about the real estate business is everybody has to have some place to live. Whether they're going to rent a property, whether they're going to purchase a property, everybody has to have a place to live. I also like the fact that in the real estate business you become a problem solver. It's very complex to do on your own today with all of the legal regulations, etc. And so you need somebody that's going to be a guide. You know, we don't walk on water, but we do know where the rocks are. Well, you know, that's interesting. So a guy called me one day and said, "Do you want to buy a franchise?" And I have a pretty good business background. My graduate work was in finance, and I've run a number of businesses and owned a few. So I knew I didn't want to buy a franchise and pay a franchise fee to do what I already knew how to do. But I thought, I'll meet with this guy and maybe I'll learn something. So we sat down and we started talking, and he got halfway through his presentation and I said, "Oh my God, I'm going to have to buy this thing. Because if I don't buy it, I'm going to have to compete against it." I was just so impressed with their systems and their dedication to training that I never knew something like that existed. And as much as I thought I knew and as much experience as I had, which was considerable, I learned so much and built a company that I could never have built without the franchise. So I'm really pleased. In fact, I just renewed it for about 10 years. They're really dedicated to systems. They're dedicated to training the owners, to training your managers, and to training the agents. And I would have to say in all humility that one of the reasons people come to this company and stay with this company is we have the best training and the best support for the agents. And I've been associated with a lot of different real estate organizations, but we have the best I've ever seen, ever. So I'm really pleased with the fact that I did buy the franchise and renew it. I see the future of our company going to the next generation, to my daughters. You know, I didn't want to build a company and get people involved in the company and invested in it emotionally, not just financially, and something happens to me and the company's gone. I wanted to build something that actually had a value without me. And the way I learned to do that through Weichert was you have to have very good management. You have to pay them real well. And you got to have the fact that if you have a manager, you got to give the manager some flexibility and don't put them in a box, let them be creative. So I was fortunate enough to have incredible management, and that's something that I'm always very cognizant of. And the fact that I have that means the company can just keep rolling on. If I decide to retire in 5 years or whatever, I got it set up that pretty much if I don't show up, the company still runs. And depending on who you talk to, maybe it runs better, I don't know. But we have great management and great training. I think the favorite part is the relationships you build with the people, the agents. I mean, it's almost like my family. We've got 30 agents here, 30 different personalities. And I just find, I love people. I had a prior business where I did seminars here and abroad on how to build small businesses. And one of my careers, I was a high school mathematics teacher. So I guess I was always a bit of a teacher. I like teaching people, and I also love giving people an opportunity. I think the greatest thing about this country is the opportunities you have. And this country allows people to have an opportunity. I mean, we have people that have a high school diploma making six-figure incomes. That just really excites me a lot. Well, the mission statement is basically, we always do what's right. If we have a way of making more money and it's not to the benefit of the client, we don't do it. I tell the people that work here, you're never going to get fired for making a mistake, because we all make mistakes. You get fired for covering up a mistake, or you get fired for trying to make more money by taking advantage of your client. And that's something that we have zero tolerance for. And we have people here who will not do that. That's why they're here, and they're here so long. So they're here, and everybody likes to make money and make a good living, and that's part of what we're here for. But the number one thing has to be, what is the honorable thing, what is the legal thing, and what is the best thing to do for the client?